Anita presents.
This issue is published in honor of Professor Robert Lalonde from Chicago University. His interest is in public policy, especially in program evaluation, workforce education, immigration economics, and workers' displacement. All the articles in this issue somehow relates to the work of Professor Lalonde, either in the concept or issue they examine, or in regards to the methods they use for data analysis. Professor Lalonde is known for his contribution to evaluation of economic modeling, especially econometrics models, in 1980s, mainly discussing causal inferences versus correlations. In 1980s, microeconomics data became more accessible, which encouraged economic modeling for evidence-based policy research. But how does it all relate to the special issue and the article I'm going to analyze? Since 1980s, Professor Lalonde recognized that the assumptions and findings of these models have to be carefully examined and their limitations shouldn't be ignored since the consequences of misleading economic information can be devastating. Professor Lalonde has tried to assess and improve these models in the past 30 years. Since this issue is to honor his work, most of the articles in this issue critically assess the model's limitation in details. And of course, the article I'm going to talk about analyzes the impact of Great Recession on unemployment. The article conducts a historical analysis of job loss in US from 1984 to 2016 using displaced workers survey. It concludes, while job loss is a fact of life in the United States, the employment consequences of job loss in the Great Recession have been unusually severe and remained substantial years after. Let's have a look. This figure shows the unemployment rate from 1978 to 2016. We can see the spike in the unemployment rate in 2008, which has a slow recovery compared to other high employment periods. This figure shows the job loss rate from 1996 to 2016. We can see the high rates of job losses for 6 years from 2008 to 2014. And this last figure shows the real earning loss of people who lose their jobs in recessions. Here is the zero reference line, and as we can see, they haven't recovered their earning losses for years after. Empirical analysis of job loss after the Great Recession shows that the negative consequences of such economic crisis impacts labor force earnings for many years after. It also impacts special groups like women, non-whites, young and old workers more than other groups. This gives the summary of the article Employment Hours and Earning Consequences of Job Loss, U.S. Evidence from the Displaced Workers Survey. Thanks for listening.